So I'm here today with the GCAR Executive Director of Trial Operations, Dr. Ashley Powell. Ashley, thank you so much for taking time.
And thank you for having me. We're really excited about this partnership.
We are too. Everyone in Australia is very excited. So we just had a couple questions just from our community members. And the first one, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, your role at GCAR, and how you got involved with GBM Agile?
Absolutely. So I joined GCAR before we had enrolled any patients at all into GBM Agile. And I was brought on to run the operations for the clinical trial to open sites, open us in new countries, and really jumpstart enrollment. So very exciting.
The second question kind of ties into that, but what excites you most about GBM Agile?
It's got a lot of things that excite me. I think the speed in which you can bring in new arms and test those therapies. I think a lot of us have come out of traditional clinical trials and they are slow, they're inefficient, and they're wasteful.
Correct.
And they're not just wasteful of people's efforts, but they're wasteful of patients. And GBM Agile is designed in such a way that you don't waste patients. Patients are actually shared in the control arm with multiple investigational arms. And so you use the fewest number of patients possible to understand the efficacy of a drug. So I think we know that is such a gift when a patient participates in a clinical trial. We know that they're using their time and their efforts to really advance the science and the treatments in these diseases. And we really value that contribution by the patient. And we want to make sure we're utilizing that in the most effective way possible.
We understand at GCAR, you've just hired a trial manager for Australia. So could you tell us a little bit about, for our community, what's the next steps after that?
So to launch the study in Australia, we are starting to build out the infrastructure. So that includes the laboratory, the drug depot, choosing our sites and getting to know the investigators who are going to be participating, and all the other parts of running a study in Australia. So the database and the imaging repository. So all of those things are actually beginning with the hiring of this new project manager. And so we're building that infrastructure now. So very exciting, and we look forward to opening in Australia.
Some exciting news. I believe that there's 2 more arms that were added to GBM Agile. Can you tell us a little bit about the design of this trial and which of the arms are going to be, how does it get added and kind of removed? And how does this benefit patients when you add and remove different trials?
Absolutely. So we, as you said, we just recently added 2 new arms. They started not that long ago, and we're just getting those activated in the United States right now. That's trilizole and VT1021. Currently, the study has 5 investigational arms. It's regorafenib, paxalosib, val-083, trilizole, and VT1021. And we have just launched those last 2 arms in the United States. And the way the study works and how it's different from a traditional study is, in a traditional study, you're testing generally one drug against the control. And you build all this infrastructure, which takes a great deal of time. You test your drug, and then you dismantle all of that infrastructure. With GBM Agile, what's so exciting is you build the infrastructure once, and you can keep adding investigational arms as pharma partners join with GCAR. And there's really no limit to how many arms we can add. And as the arms then meet their enrollment targets, then they can close out. And so you're always utilizing that infrastructure that you built. You're always open. You're always enrolling patients. And so there's no big gaps or slowdowns with the process. So arms are always being evaluated, and they're always being evaluated against the control arm. And so they can share information, we share patients, we share databases. And so it makes us much more efficient because we can share everything across all of these different arms.
Well, that's very exciting. Again, on behalf of all of our community here in Australia and New Zealand, we just want to thank you for everything that you do. And we're looking forward to maybe having you come over to Australia and once we launch officially, and also giving us more updates. So on behalf of everyone, Ashley, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done.
Well, thank you, Lance, for having me. And we are so excited with this partnership. I think one of the best things about GBM Agile is expanding this global access. We really are expanding right now in Europe, and bringing Australia on board is just really part of our mission to bring GBM Agile to more patients around the world. And so we're thrilled with this partnership, and I'm hoping to be able to, start meeting with our investigators and really getting this launched so that patients in Australia have access to this incredibly innovative trial design.
Well, I think you're doing a great job. GCAR is doing an excellent job, and we look forward to speaking with you in the near future.
Great. Well, thank you.